We are born with millions of neurons which have a lot of connections between them, only that they are not precise. Imagine them like a bunch of roads which look like a mess and there are no highways. By the age of 10 to 5, we experience events which might be positive and negative that literally shape the nervous system, which means that some of the connections get stronger, some of them get lost, and some of them get like highways. Unless you go through those negative events and work through them, you'll keep reinforcing the beliefs that you've created there. For example, my father left when I was 5 years old through a divorce. They got divorced and he left, and what my brain understood at that moment, unconscious brain of course, was that I'm not worthy of love. That people which love me, they will eventually leave me. And I actually believed it because it was a very strong emotion attached to the event, a very like a fear and anger and all the powerless, and I believed it. And now that my brain believed that, I kept on reinforcing this belief over my life. Now I can imagine what kind of relationships I was seeking for, and this influenced a lot the way how I behaved through the entire relationships that I had, where I would tell myself that I'm unconsciously, of course, and through the behaviors that I'm not worthy of love and I'm not giving everything that I have in the relationship just from the fear, out of the fear that I will be abandoned. So this is a connection between neurons that I've been reinforcing over almost 2 decades. Now I'm working on a new pathway, which is self-love. And considering what Andrew Huberman said in his podcast, that after 25 years old, our brain has less plasticity, which means that we need to have like certain steps in order to change our behavior. It means that you can't just decide like after 25 that I'm going to change my brain and it's going to change. In order to change something, we actually need to go through certain steps. And one of the steps is to create alertness in our brain. Some people create alertness by declaring something in public, that they're going to lose weight, or maybe they write checks to the organizations that they hate. They get to release that epinephrine or adrenaline in their brain by doing activities based on shame. But there also are activities that you can do and increase their alertness by doing them from self-love. Epinephrine is just a chemical released in the brain, and the brain doesn't distinguish activities done based on shame or love or fear or anger or hate. This actually gives me the option to choose love. I create this state of love while I'm biking because I love biking, so I'll go with my bicycle, and just being in that state of mind of love, I listen to this self-talk audio, which helps me actually through the repetition create a new pathway based on a certain subject that I want to change, which was the belief that I'm not worthy of love. Here is part of my audio.
Viewer, you have a clear commitment to love yourself deeply and your close ones, to enjoy life to the maximum, to be a master of your own emotions and thoughts, and to perform at a high level with ease and flow. And honoring this commitment starts with accepting and loving the voice in your head.
But you also can change your self-talk by choosing a domain that you want to change, like a belief that you want to change. Fill out the questionnaire that we have, and then we create your self-talk. Create that state of mind and listen to your self-talk daily.